Hi, this is Eric,
Hi, I'm LDH.
and this is Walkscape Devblog number 38. So we start off this devblog with a really nice image. It's an image of what looks like the achievement screen that's coming for us. I'll just scan it all so we can see it. It's got different categories for different difficulties of achievements. It shows the progress reward, and below it says that there are going to be 40 plus achievements in the initial batch of what's coming in. So LDH, what do you notice from this image? Anything hit your mind when you see all this stuff?
Yeah, at the very top, it talks about collectibles, quest items, and artifacts. I'm really interested in the differentiation between like collectibles and artifacts, and which one's probably more rare. I'm assuming artifacts, and I would like to see that quest items might not count towards your inventory space, right? So if you have to fetch something or whatever, you get something from an NPC, that maybe it would go into that slot instead. I know these aren't specifically achievement space, but it was just something I noticed at the very top as well. But the achievements I'm seeing under, if we go all the way to the extreme, there's only 3 extreme achievements. So those must be massive amounts of steps, right?
Shampoo did a little spoiler today in the general channel, and he showed a hard challenge, and the hard challenge was 3.8 million steps. So that's only a hard one. Yeah. So I think if we're going to extreme, it's going to be more extreme than 3.8 million.
Yeah, maybe just your lifetime of walking.
Maybe
life or something.
Maybe your whole life walking.
But I like that about 31 of the 40 achievements or so are easy to normal. So there's hope for me yet.
There you go. That's good. Well, going back to your previous question, you asked about quest items. I know that we have a couple quest items already. Like if you go into the game and you go to kind of like the temporary collectible section, it shows the maps. It shows the maps to the new regions, like the Snowland area, and it shows the second region to the right. When you get those maps, it shows them there, so they don't take any inventory space. So it's exactly what you said. I think that's what the quest items are. Well, LDH, we're almost there. It's finally time for more players to join the game.
I'm so excited, right? I mean, we want to spread this community and all the engagement that we can enjoy both on the Discord and comments under these videos and on Reddit. It's just so neat to see people's stories and their inspiring testimonials about how this game is impacting their lives. And it's just a really good thing. And it's definitely getting me outside more, and I'm really enjoying that too. So at the time that this is uploaded, it'll be in one day, right? So on June 1st, you can finally have some supporters jump in.
So for those of you that don't know, in order to play on Wave 2.5, you need to be a supporter. So create your portal account. You can go to walkscape.app, walkscape.app, register your portal account, and then you can support either over Patreon or Buy Me a Coffee. The cheapest option is like $3. Even if you support once and then don't support again, that's perfectly valid and fine. Between June the 1st and June the 15th, if you support, you will be supporting in time for this 2.5 wave of the beta window. And so you'll get access to the game, you'll get access really quick, and then you can join right in and join in all the fun that we're all having here on Walkscape.
So it seems the saga has come to an end. Android pedometer issues should finally be resolved. All because Google just announced at their latest I/O event that they are creating an all-new health API instead of Google Fit that completely revamps how it tracks steps. Although this does require that your phone have Google Play services installed, no Google sign-in is required, and all data is stored locally on your device. This has been one of the biggest reasons that the developer Shampoo has not used the Google Fit API, and he's really focused on user privacy. All of the hard work that he's been putting into these previous iterations hopefully has this as the solution, thanks to Google's new health API.
So we're filming this on Thursday, and as of today, the new release came out, testing this new API. And Shampoo is really looking for feedback from Android users to tell if they're having any issues with it, and if they are, also talking about their device. So if you're one of the people that upgraded, and at this point we all have needed to upgrade if we're an Android. If you're one of the people that's having troubles, please go to his Reddit post and describe the issues and challenges you're having. Alternatively, you can go on Discord and you can talk about your issue there in the step channel counting issue area of Discord there.
Hopefully this will unify everybody's experience.
All right, now on to my favorite part of this devblog. So we start off here with a picture of the lower half of Jarbonia. There's a new area here called Horn of Respite, and I see the image is like, looks like a house by a river, by like a hill. So that's cool. And then we go down and there's Seguin Hills. That's an area we already have. Ooh, there's a rowboat there. Hey, that's the rowboat you mentioned from the past video, isn't it?
Well, maybe there's several rowboats. I've looked all over the map, and at most coasts there's several like whirlpools and rowboats, because I was kind of looking for anything and everything that could lead me to hints about Carinthia.
That's fun. Jump in a whirlpool and go to Carinthia. That'd be fun. Below this, we have Black Eye Peak. The visual for it is very similar to the visual for Frostbite Mountain, if I remember correctly. I guess I'm hypothesizing that Black Eye Peak might be another mining area.
I would guess that it could also be an area for agility as well, some advanced agility or something, because Sanguine Hills does have some top tier mining and everything. So maybe
true.
They're gonna diversify the skills in that area.
Maybe, yeah, I could see that. And then below we have a place called Winter's End, which seems to connect to the next continent. What's the name of that next continent down there again?
Well, it's going to be Wallisia, just there to the east.
Okay.
And so I don't know if the Carinthia update is also going to come with some of those locations. But as for now, the update coming before Carinthia is going to just be 3 new locations, the ones that we see here.
And look, I'm noticing the whirlpool right there that you're talking about. We can see that on the map there too. Yeah. But
also like 3 or 4 sea dragons.
There's sea dragons? Oh, like just floating in the water? Is you actually see the snow turning to grass. Like, that's a new visual. That's not a visual that's currently in game. So that's a new addition. And it looks like there's like 2 towers. So I don't know if the towers are designed to like teleport you between the regions or not.
There's some similar towers, but I think that they're a little bit smaller with like an orb on top. Like in I think I've seen them in Geralt Forge. And so cool. Yeah, I don't know if those are just kind of like ruins of something related to that. So I don't know if maybe you could use magic to teleport across the ocean there or something.
Yeah,
I don't know. This is high speculation, I'm sure, but they could have a lot of fun with it, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, there's so much good stuff on this map. Below in the caption, it says something new is happening in southern Jarbonia. So they're drawing our attention to it. Something is coming. So great news for all of us players that are excited for new content. We know that with Carinthia, lots of great new stuff is coming. There's a whole bunch of new content they're adding. So we have some fantastic news. They've been talking about doing like a content release before Carinthia, just for give us stuff to do while we're waiting for the bigger content patch of Carinthia to come out. So LDH and I have been talking. We're really excited for these achievements coming in. It's going to add so much longevity, different things to do in the game. But we're really curious about what it means by actions. We're wondering if it means the new activities that are going to be at these different new map spots on the game. So I guess we'll find out what that means when we see it.
Some more features and content to come also includes a barber and wardrobe services, which will allow you to be able to change the aesthetics of your avatar in-game after it's been created, which I'm really excited for because I super rushed that process because I was actually at work and I was so eager to get into the game. I like got the email or whatever and I jumped in the portal, had test flight already ready. And so I downloaded the game and I was just like, yeah, I just wanted it to look like a regular dude or something, and then moved on. But I have a beard and my avatar does not. So that's been killing me.
You don't like your avatar, yeah. Well, similarly, I also hurried in because I was really wanting my username, and it was right when Wave 1 opened, and so I'm like, I want to get in here and pick my name as soon as possible. So I had my avatar pre-planned, so I kind of picked it, but I picked the wrong nose. I chose a really big nose, which probably matches my real life big nose. So I guess it's accurate. Yeah. But if I could get in there and just like alter my character's nose, it will be the perfection that I had hoped for. So I'm also looking forward to it. It reminds me of classic RuneScape. There was a place up
Yeah.
near, I think it was just below Falador in classic RuneScape, and you could like go through like the six different heads that were there, and you could like pick a different one. And like I can't tell you how much gold I spent there in the game. So I think it costs like a certain amount of gold to like select a new head. So yeah, it reminds me of that. It reminds me of the good old days of classic RuneScape where you could just pick a new head and be so happy about it. I always get excited with new items, new gear, what gearing potentials that will add, which skills it's for. I'm excited because they added dozens of new items. Now, if they're saying dozens, one dozen would be 12. So if they're adding dozens, that means like there could be like 30, 40 new items. That'd be
Yeah.
massive. That'd be big.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if it's many of which are related to the achievements, then they've added a long haul of items to the achievement system. So any thoughts, any ideas what it might be?
Well, unfortunately, it might take a very, very long time for us to see what some of those items might be locked behind, like the extreme or the hard achievements, because maybe some players haven't even gotten that far yet. So it may take a
True.
very long time for us to know.
Fascinating, it's true. And I'm also excited because I know they had mentioned that a lot of the items from achievements are more about functionality and less about like just like, hey, that's a great like mining piece with good efficiency on it. So I'm really curious to see how outside of the box they're thinking about the way items work, right? Like we've already seen the ring of homesickness from 2 weeks ago, guessing what it does or teleports you or whatever it does. So I'm really hoping there are a lot of unique, kind of clever items that they've created for that.
I'll venture to bet that some of these items might not be like tools and wearables that we currently have. They might be cosmetics too. And because of the new wardrobe system, it
Oh.
could make sense that you're unlocking a exclusive cosmetic that only people with this achievement can have.
It's a brilliant idea, especially if you're the kind of person who's on the leaderboards, right? Because the leaderboard shows your avatar. Imagine there's like a really cool like vanity achievement item for having like a ridiculous amount of achievements, and you not only want to be in the leaderboards, you want to wear that like special emblem or special hat to show how amazing you are. So that's cool. It adds some
Absolutely.
variety to the gameplay. Because I'm definitely looking for new ways to play the game, right? Because I've done some leaderboard stuff and it's been cool. But I'm looking for other goals besides just leaderboards. So I'm hoping that there's some really tantalizing and tempting things up on the upper tiers of the achievement list so that I have kind of this other thing I can grind.
More features to come are 3 new activities. I imagine that these activities will be at the locations that we saw above on the map. So one of them being at a port, probably going to be fishing related. I believe at the mountain where it says Black Eye Peak, I guess might be agility, kind of like I said earlier. Also, we have at Winter's End maybe an activity that could be like construction or like crafting related because it's at that castle location. So I'm really excited to see these new locations and also just to see how balanced they are and if that changes the meta for how we play currently.
They also list that they're adding abilities, which again we saw an example of an ability last time. We had mentioned the Ring of Homesickness, that it actually does something, it functions in some way. So you're gonna have some kind of item that has an effect when you click on it, and that's either gonna recharge by, oh, it's been this many hours, or it's gonna recharge by you've taken this many steps. So we're excited to see what those are gonna be. One thing that is going to be coming soon and within the next couple weeks, according to this devblog, is the achievement reward track. So along that track are going to be 22 different unlocks that you can earn by getting achievement points. So we've seen through the dev blogs that there are multiple achievements that we can do that will help us get those points. And there's going to be a whole bunch of really neat, unique things along the way. And I think it's going to be really fun as the community discovers them and discovers what they do. And I think there's kind of going to be like a race and a mad scramble to figure out what they are. And I also think we're going to get a lot of insight into the mind of the developers when we see what type of stuff they put in there, to see kind of like how far they're willing to stretch the boundaries of new things and what that does to the game and how that alters things. I think we're going to learn a lot about the mind of Shampoo and Flower Sifter and Max Chill, Mizo's Oz. I think we're going to kind of see how their concept for new ideas works.
One more piece of content is the very first guild in Walkscape, which I'm very excited to find out what this guild is going to be about and if it's going to be skill oriented like many of the guilds in RuneScape, and there's going to be a lot new guild features to come later on throughout the development.
This is honestly the number one thing that made me excited when I read this devblog. And again, that ties back to the map we're looking at. There are 3 new places. There's Horn of Respite. So I was trying to think if this could be the location of a new guild. I suppose it's possible there's a river. It could be like a fishing guild maybe. Then there is Black Eye Peak. I would be really surprised if they added like an agility guild as the first guild. That would just be really surprising to me. But I suppose they could. I mine a lot. So, I mean, I'm secretly hoping the first guild is mining. I don't know if it is, but I'm also really excited about the concept for a guild. Like, what is a guild going to offer? Like, I know in RuneScape, a guild would offer a place to do an activity, and usually it offered it in a place that was convenient, like there was storage nearby or whatever other amenities it offered. So I'm really curious what the concept of a guild would be in this game, because I've heard of player guilds hopefully being a thing at some point, but I've never heard that they're going to add the NPC guilds, which is, I guess, what this would be. So I'm very fascinated to see their first ideas and their first concepts for guilds. And I guess at the bottom, Winter's End. I don't know, I'm hypothesizing that Winter's End is more of a travel point or a quest point at some point. But I guess it could be a guild. Who knows? Hard to say. It's all hypothesis at this point.
They could always turn it into like a wizarding guild later on if they want to or something.
Oh yeah, that's true. That would be a great wizarding spot.
There's also some new merch at the Walkscape store that you can find the link by visiting this devblog on the Portal app.
He finishes off this devblog talking about how hard he's worked on the pedometer so far and how he's really hoping these new changes released by Google is going to fix a lot of the issues for Android. And so yeah, it's a fantastic devblog. As always, we want to thank the devs for putting time into this devblog. Thank you for all of you working so hard. I know you're working under a tight schedule with lots of demands placed on you. We really appreciate all this hard work because it's having a big impact on people's lives. From LDH and I, we want to say thank you for taking part in this particular deep dive, and we look forward to seeing you again in 2 weeks for another devblog deep dive.